Welcome everyone to the Massacre pre-show here on May the 4th. Lara Croft versus Nina Sayers kicks us off. I am the Colonist.
And I am JOSHAGEDDON, and I'm stepping very quietly and quickly over this trapdoor that I almost fell in a minute ago. That was a little scary.
Why don't you just sit down in the chair? You know, sit down in the chair. Don't worry about what's under your feet. Don't worry about that. Anyway, welcome everyone to the Massacre pre-show. This is going to be a huge 3-day event next week, next Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. A huge time, a 3-day show culminating in a triple threat match between Symbiote Spider-Man, Freddy Krueger, and Sub-Zero for the World Heavyweight title. We've got the Rebels and Redcoats Tournament Finals on the main event of Day 2, Tenacious E versus Piccolo and Reptile. And we have main eventing Night 1, the Exceeds Championship rematch between Aquaman and Sephiroth, and Lara Croft ready to kick things off here on this 3-match pre-show. How you doing today, JOSHAGEDDON?
I'm good, and I'm excited because, man, this show is stacked.
Man, stop staring at the floor. Just sit down, man. It's cool.
Don't worry about it. I'm concerned.
Don't worry about
it.
It's not going to open up. Okay, listen.
I don't want boobies and traps are gay.
Well, folks, if you're wondering what the coughing that you might be hearing intermittently as Nina Sayers comes down to the ring is not disdain at Lara Croft or any of the matches that you see. Mike, because he's facing Jack Black on Day 3, unfortunately a member of his family got sick. It's a male member of his family. He wouldn't specify what, but like apparently we have to keep him in the booth and take care of him and give him some like cough medicine every so often. So if you hear some coughing, we're doing a good deed because we're ordered to.
Yeah, he's the boss.
That's right. And now Nina Sayers here of the Natalie World Order, what is remaining of it rather, because our main event tonight, JOSHAGEDDON, as you know, is the big rematch between Natalie Portman and Padme Amidala. How fitting is it on May the 4th? We're getting some Star Wars shit. There's no way that was done by coincidence.
Absolutely not. That just purely the will of the Force. I just had that come into fruition.
That's right. And referee Will Force Sasso assigned to this contest. Actually, he's assigned to the whole night. So thank you, Will, for taking part of this. And we got, of course, the match in between Ken Masters, perennial pre-show, the master of the pre-show, Ken Masters.
Yeah. Oh, you poor dude.
It's on it. Hey, no, come on now.
Hey!
Come on now, Nina. And an arm drag, and thankfully, still up on his feet is Will Sasso. Impressive because Will Sasso is not the lightest dude in the world. No offense. And now, wait a second. Big cover from Lara. 1, 2, and no, only 2.
Ooh, that was close. He sure did pop right back up off of that arm drag.
Oh, yeah. And this is not the first time these two have faced off. The first time they faced off was, I believe, on the Night 1 of the WrestleBration, a match that Lara Croft came up on the winning side of.
I remember that.
And these two reigniting that matchup, wanting a little more of each other. I guess a little bit was left unsaid, left undone. And here they are kicking things off. Who you got in this and why?
Oh, yeah, I was about to say Lara Croft because she's a former TAW Femme Fatale champion, but she just got suplexed right on the back. Oh no!
Yes, wait a second. Wait, top rope. Oh, and just sidled to the right. Smart move from Lara Croft to get out of the line of danger, but impressive that was able to get right back up was Nina Sayers.
Ow! That was an even worse landing somehow.
Oh yeah. Honestly, knee wallet mutilation. Message.
There's not any money in that wallet.
That's right.
I don't think.
We don't know that. Lara Croft is a Tomb Raider.
Yeah,
but
this is true.
Speaking of,
you know, I'm going with the Tomb Raider on this one.
Yeah. And oh, what a big back suplex and just landing her right on her head.
Yeah.
As Nina Sayers. You got to give credit to Nina. She's being a little bit more aggressive than she was in that first go-round. As impressive as both of these ladies were, oh, God.
Oh,
what a running drop kick with stilettos, no less.
Damn.
And that
was a shotgun drop kick right there.
Yeah, the balance
of... is tough. She's dealt with worse.
Well, and, you know, the thing is that Lara Croft's size has the big size advantage. She's taller than she looks. She's got a very stable base to her. And that's a lot of that rock climbing and a lot of all of that platforming that's required. But at the same time, nice top rope arm drag. But at the same time, cover from Nina. Cover from Nina. 1, 2, and no, only 2.
Well, that was close. She survived a lot. She's survived being in the cradle of life, She's survived near career suicide with the Angel of Darkness. She's been through a lot.
Oh, absolutely.
And she's still here today.
Well, and so is Nina Sayers in a lot of ways, not let alone what's been happening in CIW, because she hasn't really been getting a whole lot of wins, if we're being honest. But
she got down and dirty. She got down and dirty with Mila Kunis. I respect it.
Well, hey, listen, she's put in a lot of work, and also the precision point of point ballet is incredibly difficult. Wait a second, big splash, the Black Swan, the Swan Dive 2, and no, only 2. That was a surprisingly underwhelming splash, but a baby splash.
Oh, we forgot.
Oh, what a spear!
Whoa.
What a spear! As clearly not happy with that was Lara
That was
Croft.
the I'm tired of your shit spear.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And speaking of I'm tired of your shit, we have on day 1 the Pink Ranger versus the Yellow Ranger. The male Rangers resolved their differences after the Wrestlebration. The females have not.
The Octopus!
And now,
the Octopus!
Wow, and a very fast...
Out.
Well, you know, there's a lot of traps that have been... So, wait a second. Big roll up here. Cover 1. 2. Could it be over? No, only 2.
Man, Nina's gotten some near falls on Lara Croft in this matchup.
Well, Nina has been much more aggressive on the offense. And nice fireman's carry, take a drink or a scoop of ice cream. Of course, the Women's Championship will be defended on day 2. Wonder Woman versus Yuna, the rematch.
Ooh.
And over the top rope and tosses Lara Croft. As Nina, and you have to wonder, Joshageddon, with Natalie Portman in the main event tonight, what kind of pressure did they put on Nina Sayers to come out and start the NWO's night with a win? And what a moonsault!
Damn, right to the core.
A standing moonsault.
I'm not used to seeing Lara Croft honestly get this dominated.
Yeah, well, I think Nina Sayers had a lot to prove. Come on now, tripping her up for no reason, but now hanging her up on the ropes. There's nothing Will Sasso can do about it. And now, wait a second.
Damn.
Wait a second. Oh, and a poke to the eye. Wait a second. Inside the dress. Wait, what was that? Was that a shoe heel?
What
Oh, God.
Damn.
I don't know, but whatever it was, it knocked Lara out cold. 1, 2, 3.
Wow.
And Lara Croft, this was a much different fight that we saw out of Nina Sayers, Joshageddon.
I'm very surprised. She was ruthless in this matchup.
Yeah, but you saw the way that she angled her body so that Sasso wouldn't see her hit with it.
Yeah.
Whatever that foreign object was, but Nina Sayers, I think this is maybe her first singles win in CIW history. I'd say congratulations, but she's part of the faction that has just wreaked havoc all over our women's division from the start.
Yeah.
So, Lara Croft, but now, what's to come of these two women? Now that it is at 1 apiece, congratulations to Nina Sayers. You're still paler than hell. But we move on to a debut. Now,
oh no,
Joshageddon, I'm really, really happy you're here for this. Ken Masters, the captain of pre-shows himself, has been the man to face our debuting superstar, the Ultimate Beast, Brandon Ulrich. Now, I know that you have a little bit of a history with this man. We've seen a lot from this man. But he's promised me that he is a different man. But he has got a hell of a test here against a man who has beaten a man like Sagat in an Iron Man match.
The pre-show stopper himself.
That's oh man, I hope Ken doesn't hear you say that, but that's hilarious. The pre-show stopper himself. Yeah, it's really, but here's the thing. Ken Masters is a guy who, if you're gonna test your chops, he's the guy to do it against. I'm not trying to say that he and Nick Nemeth have the same haircut. I'm not trying to say that they both use a super kick. I'm not trying to say that when I'm trying to get somebody in CIW, that Ken is usually #1 on the list to try your mocks against. But here comes Brandon Ulrich. Now, here's the thing. This man actually has a history deeper than TAW, Joshageddon. This man wrestled for CIW before. He is a former member of Gut Check. Do you remember Abracadabra?
Very, very vaguely.
So Abracadabra was this guy. He had this like toxicity mask. It's honestly, it was my Oz. I'm sorry. I'm genuinely sorry, but it was all about, he was a hazard, but he was like a 6'10" wizard who was also, I don't even remember. It was some cockamamie Tony Khan bullshit. Okay, listen, but in any case, this man has learned a lot and has done a lot. Was purged in the battle royal against that Nathan von Schrader won before he was converted to Satanism. Let's not talk about that. Allegedly. But this man is back after a run. He was a former gut check champion, or #1 contender for to be a gut check champion. Now here to try his shot in CIW again. Here we go. Who you got?
Honestly, I don't know. I'm not overly fond.
Oh, blow. Come on. First impression, kick to the dick. Message said this man has watched some CIW film. And
apparently,
and this guy has clearly not turned.
Fucking choke slammed to hell.
And this guy was clearly not turned a new leaf, as he has claimed he did, and immediately went for the low blow. Like, what kind of disrespectful BS is that to a guy like Ken Masters? Capitalizing on the count, wrenching the leg he'd be kicked with.
Just, yeah, this is my debut in a new company. I mean,
and he got blown up as a result. He used all his strength on that.
Wow.
Knee to the gut. Okay, I'm rooting for Ken now. It's like,
me too.
You can't make an impression like that.
I'm not surprised. This is the same shitty attitude that he had. It cost him his spot in XAW.
The arrogance of this man. The arrogance to call yourself the ultimate beast when you were purged. Within seconds, he was entered #3 in that Purge Battle Royal, and Nathan von Schrader tossed him out in seconds.
Yeah.
He was the first man eliminated.
XAW, tried to make a name for. He won the XAW Hardcore title. I'll give him that. But then he just went on a downward spiral of just being an absolute fucking loser.
Well, and
literally got choke slammed to hell.
And he claims he's changed. And here he is, and his first move, kick to the dick.
You'd think spending a couple months in literal perdition would change a man, but no. It might have made him worse.
Well, it's definitely put back the toxicity in him.
I will say, I like the mohawk.
It's something, I guess.
Yeah, it's something. How many people in CIW have a mohawk?
One. I'm pretty sure that I could. Well, unless you account Eclipse's thing. But I don't know if that's
honestly,
like a mohawk.
That's who I was thinking of.
Because I'm not really even sure that that's hair. Like, I'm not quite sure what the anatomy of moon people is. I try not to get close enough to see. And a nice counter there from Ulrich. As he wanted his real name to be used, though. This was the thing. Like, that when he came back and he signed, he's like, I'm the ultimate beast, but I'm also a human being. And he gave me kind of a sob story. Maybe have shed a tear. It's kind of a weird interview, I won't lie to you. But Ken Masters, he's not really quite sure what to make of Ulrich, because say what you want, he's got a hell of a physique.
Yeah.
You can't deny he stays in shape.
The man literally, well, I'm sure a lot of people have done this. He sent Jeff Hardy to the hospital, but sending Jeff Hardy to the hospital, I mean, like, that's like going to, like, make a withdrawal at a bank. It's just something you do.
Well, from what I heard, Jeff Hardy also landed a swanton where he basically landed all his weight on his stomach. So, you know, a receipt's a receipt. And no, nice Samoan drop there from the white Ken Masters.
Yeah, that is true.
And now, and another low blow.
Dude.
And come on now.
Leave the ref alone.
No need to punch Will Sasso in the face. Don't forget to save a referee fund. And now a Russian leg sweep. As Ulrich has retaken back control with some pretty typical tactics here.
Very, very, very typical. I'm not at all surprised at how dickish he's being.
Well, and Ken Masters, I don't think he really knew what to make of this. And what to make of this guy. Because you look at face value, you look at the way that he's built, and you think, oh, I've got to really worry about him. But then he does that, It was a nice body slam to his credit, but it was been low blows and punching referees, and that's the same kind of bullshit that cost him his job. And
both of them.
Both of them. Well, at least when he was a wizard, he didn't have any sort of promo time. But and now Ken Masters leaving the ring, as I guess Ulrich thought that There's been a lot of standoffing here, and I don't know what really the particular cause for it has been. But oh, another right hand here.
Come on, Ken.
Yeah, come on, Ken. And now spike pile driver.
That's not what I meant, Ken.
Yeah, and it's head first. Just brutal head first shot. And now Ken again has to take a bit of a powder. That time it's reasonable. Landed on his skull.
Spike.
Yeah, and they shake the cobwebs out a little bit. But, you know, you can't blame Ken for taking a more reserved approach here, because you got to in the face of somebody as unpredictable as somebody like the Ultimate Beast, Brandon Ulrich.
That and he got kicked in the dick 0.5 seconds into the match.
Yeah, that didn't help. That definitely
That would throw me off my game a little bit.
Yeah, no, understandably so. And oh, God. And now just a claw, just mashing his hand into the face. And oh!
What a beal.
That was a brutal move, just throwing him by the cranium. And now look at the angle of the head of Ken Masters. This man is ruthless.
He's up against the ropes.
Yeah, he is. And then, of course, capitalizing on the count. Referee Will Sasso, if the count reached 5, Ulrich would have been disqualified. Now just wrenching the left back leg as he tries to reintroduce himself to the CIW public. We don't openly acknowledge a lot of repackages, folks.
Yeah.
So consider this a special occasion, as pre-show as it is.
Yeah.
As the pre-show stopper is getting his legs assaulted.
And he needs that for the super kick, the Hadouken.
Totally did. That big Hadouken, which has felled many men in CIW history. A former tag team champion is Ken Masters.
I'm hoping to see a Hadouken in this matchup.
Well, and I would love to see a Hadouken right square into that triangle-shaped face. Oh, wait a second. What is this? The ultimate... Oh, God damn!
Oh, wow.
The Beast Slayer. The cover from Ulrich. 1, 2, 3. Holy Christ.
That I will admit that was devastating looking.
What a slam. That was a Beast Slayer if I have ever seen one.
Yeah.
Ken Masters, somebody might need to get him some medical.
Get this man some medical.
That was one of the most devastating moves I have ever seen in a CIW ring. What does this mean for the Ultimate Beast, Brandon Ulrich, getting his first win here in the Massacre pre-show? And is his future bright? Is his future ultimate? Is his future a beast? We don't know, but we know that something is going to main event tonight's show. And it ain't gonna be him. I won't lie to you.
No.
It's gonna instead be the non-sanctioned match between Natalie Portman and Padme Amidala, after Padme Amidala got a roll-up on Natalie Portman at the WrestleBration, and then Portman proceeded to kick the shit out of her with a chair.
Yeah.
And as a result, we got Jimmy Korderas to do what Jimmy Korderas does when he's not losing to Stone Cold Steve Austin on the most watched video in CIW history.
Yeah, imagine being on the losing end. It was like Stone Cold versus this older man.
Hey,
I saw that comment.
Yeah, that was pretty wild. That was pretty wild. But thank you, Jimmy, for doing what you do, and is going to be the official for this matchup. Because while we trust that these women are, we trust our personnel to keep things secure, we also don't want Will Sasso, who has already taken an errant punch and has still got a little bit of a sensitivity towards weaponry in matchups. That's why we've kind of kept him on the fair side of wrestling.
Yeah.
But to his credit, these two are going to undoubtedly beat the hell out of each other. You can only get so many chair shots to the back before you start fighting back. And this is a woman in Padme who has had her back scratched by a tiger thingy. Here's Natalie Portman.
Dude, I'm excited for this matchup, and you said this is unsanctioned, right?
Oh yeah, it's no holds barred. So these two women can beat the hell out of each other here on May the 4th. Listen to the reception here for Padme Amidala. These people love Padme, especially because she is the one who cost Natalie Portman her championship that was won by Yuna, and then eventually won by Wonder Woman. And as we said, on day 2 of Massacre, you're going to get that match.
Yeah, Padme helped break Natalie's hold on the women's division.
Yeah, and that was a huge thing, you know, stuck by her guns, and it cost her, but she does have the win over Natalie Portman at the WrestleBration and just slaps to start this matchup. Back and forth. This is just
starting
a brawl.
matches with deep kicks and slaps.
Yeah, this is a brawl. These women are immediately just going right after each other. Punches, slaps, chops, and an arm wrench.
Jimmy Korderas.
And Jimmy Korderas, referee Jimmy Korderas, here to keep the peace or restore some order, or really not do any of that except call for the pin or ring for the submission. Oh, but oh God.
What the hell is that?
It's the sad lady lock. It's
the sad lady lock.
This has killed people.
Literally. One person. It's killed one person.
And you know what? If you look into the hole that the legs make, there's still good in it. Oh God damn, this is gonna be fun. But brutal, but also brutal, because Natalie Portman has been obsessed with Padme since she cost her the world's championship. And that is something
Natalie Portman literally told Padme, "You're breaking my heart. You're going down a road that I can't follow."
Yeah, and look at that, Natalie Portman taking the time to acknowledge the fan. And Natalie, you know, she's got a big head. She's very arrogant. You know, and that stranglehold on all of her doppelgangers. And, you know, I think a big part of it is that Natalie Portman went to Camino with a reason and didn't expect this turncoat of a person whose movie it was to begin with to do what she did, and a slap to the back of the head.
Slap to the neck?
Yeah. That was, oh no!
Oh.
And a kick to the crotch, message sent.
There goes the original trilogy.
And folks, yeah, oh no. And the Luke and Leia baby maker might not make it. And now, oh, and a kick to the skull. Natalie Portman is getting very aggressive here in the early going. Oh, wait a second. Portman Plex could be over here and too close to the ropes.
Too close to the ropes, ladies and gentlemen. Again, for the uninitiated, when you're up against the ropes, it's basically like out of bounds.
Yeah. So anytime that a body part or an arm is now just choking the life, and there's no disqualification, so Jimmy Korderas, you know, giving her the business, but that's all he can do about it.
Yeah. Oh, and there goes the turnbuckle pad.
Oh, wait a second. And Jimmy Korderas was too busy cussing. He's too busy cussing because he spent too much time with Austin drinking Steve Weisers. So he started yelling at nobody. And now, wait a second. Natalie Portman has got Padme. Oh, and thank God.
Oh.
Before her face hit unforgiving steel. And boy, now just a couple of light jabs. But this is, and a drop kick.
Oh, man, that she was trying to wind up.
Cover here from Natalie, one only.
I mean, say what you want about Natalie, but that was a very well-timed drop kick. You saw Padme winding up for like a discus punch.
Yeah, she was trying to get a flurry going, definitely. And now punching her into the outside. Now remember, folks, pinfalls only count inside the ring. Natalie up to the top. Natalie up to the top. Punch to close the gap, I suppose.
Yeah.
It's like, look, I'm the Force too. And real life Natalie Portman is not nearly as charismatic, I've noticed, as her character. You know, a lot of it comes out in the character, but you know, she's.
I just think that she's too incensed.
That's
she's very erratic.
Yeah, she's been on a kind of a one-track mind, and that's been beat the hell out of Padme Amidala. And especially, how humiliating would it be to beat Padme on May the 4th, no less. You know, there's more to this. This rivalry has really gotten intense here as the weeks and months have rolled on.
You know, trying to go for some more slaps. But I think Padme's starting to catch on to her little game here.
Yeah, well, but you can't deny, Josh, again, this ain't been a wrestling match. This has been a fight.
This has been a brawl.
This has been a brawl, rake to the eyes. I mean, anything you can imagine. You know, this really has been no holds barred. And and knocks her off the apron.
That was a T-bone right there.
Yeah, it sure was. That was a hell of a forearm.
Yeah.
And Natalie Portman, I heard that Natalie Portman was actually training with Trish Stratus before this matchup.
Oh, no.
And oh, now wait a second. Well, this is our commentary table. What?
Hey, what the hell?
And now choking Padme Amidala, who
wouldn't be the first time.
And well, yeah, sure wouldn't. Do you think she's got some immunity to this? Or no?
I think she likes it.
Well, or either that, or this. She thinks that that's gonna kill her because she thinks that it wasn't sadness; it was actually getting choked while pregnant.
Yeah.
But
at least she's not on a lava planet this time.
But you look how proud that Natalie was to do that. Oh, there we go. There we go, Padme. There we go, Padme. Take Natalie.
The only one who chokes me is my husband.
That's right. That's right. You are not my Anakin.
I don't swing that way.
That's right. As even though this is HNA, this is still not quite.
You stop right there. You stop right.
But listen,
this is not Unforgiven 2002. You stop
right.
that right now.
Wait a second. I've changed my mind. No, I'm not going to pull that. But speaking of changing his mind, we do have the one-on-one matchup, Kratos versus Satan, on day 3 of Massacre on May the 11th. And the Grim Reaper will be at ringside with Satan, I am told.
I'm excited for that.
And that's going to be a hell of a confrontation, no pun intended. And now just slapping the hell out of, speaking of Natalie
There's been
Portman.
so much slapping and smacking in this match.
Well, this matchup has gotten so intense, and this feud has gotten so intense that it has really just been use whatever I can at the moment I can, and you know, you don't see a lot of fisticuffs happening with these kind of ladies, but they are going all out here. Jimmy Korderas has his hands full.
Yeah. They're over here choking them next to the table, slamming their head into the table, undoing the turnbuckle pad. It's getting what? Oh,
wait a second. Up to the top rope. Natalie closing the gap again, and now going for a kick to the back and wrenching the back. She can't win out there, but she can inflict more punishment, and she needed to get some level of advantage.
She shoved her head first into the side of the ring.
Yeah, she sure did. That was pretty brutal.
Underneath that apron, there is like a metal grate under there. They need to be careful.
Oh, totally. Yeah, you know, that part's not padded, folks. But speaking of steel, how about slamming Natalie or Padme's face square into those steel steps?
Right into the corner.
Yeah, and that is absolute. Oh, God. Rey Mysterio lost an eye with that.
Yeah. Or a tennis ball.
Or a ping pong ball. And a tennis ball. Dear God, how big are his eye sockets? And oh my God.
Probably should have been bigger. Probably would have lost it.
That's right. Booyaka, booyaka.
The bigger your eyes are, the more you can see. Or is that how science works?
I'm not sure, but Neil deGrasse Tyson, soon to come to CIW. But in any case, back to the matchup. Back to the intergalactic matchup between Padme Amidala and Natalie Portman. This has been a brawl back and forth, and you can tell Natalie's starting to get a little tired.
Yeah, it took her a second to peel off that DDT.
Yeah, which she did. She still did, and Padme's certainly not looking too great now. And now, just launched. Oh, that was the exposed turnbuckle. Chest first. Got a turnbuckle to the titty.
Man, putting the buckle in turnbuckle.
No, here we go. Here we go. We've seen Natalie do this. We've seen Natalie use that chair. Oh, wait a second. Padme gets the chair. Padme got it. And there we go.
Whoa!
Payback's a bitch.
Right to the dome.
Right to the skull. And this one's not costing her the Universal Undisputed Heavyweight Championship. And that chair. But that one might. And that one might even more. Chair DDT into the chair. My God. Natalie, she might have a concussion here. Padme, rather.
This might be the most brutal women's match in CIW history.
Yeah, this has been. And oh no!
What the hell?
Jimmy Korderas got that corner of the chair to the face, and Korderas is leaving the ring.
Fuck this, I'm leaving. You said this wasn't going to happen, Sean.
Korderas is not happy. And another chair
Korderas is pissed.
Korderas had to take a lap so he didn't get involved.
They threatened to leave.
My God. That was wow. And there we go, Padme. Padme with another big chair shot to Natalie's face.
Over her.
Come on, Natalie. And Natalie smartly leaving the ring. And wait a second. Wait a second.
Whacked in the head
sledgehammer. Sledgehammer. Padme got the sledgehammer. Come on, Padme. And Padme's trying to choke Natalie out. trying to choke her out with that sledgehammer.
She might have.
She sure might have. If Natalie goes for a cover here, she might, or Padme rather, she might have the pin going for the cover right next to the sledgehammer. 1, 2, 3. That was a fast count. Jimmy counted fast. Not
Jimmy
putting up with it. Natalie Portman may have made a grievous error.
Yeah. All the way from Utapau.
In fucking with Jimmy Korderas. I said Jimmy doesn't fuck around. That's why he's the referee of this match. Padme Amidala, your winner. Justice is served here on May the 4th.
Man. That was a wild match, man.
What a matchup. Padme, your winner. Thank you all for coming. May the Force be with you, and we will see you next week for Massacre, baby.